My name is Eunice Tolu Olatunji, and you're welcome to my channel. If this is your first time of coming here, I want to say thank you for clicking on the video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends. And for my returning viewers and my subscribers, I want to say thank you. I do not take you for granted. I am sorry I've not been able to post for the last 2 weeks. What happened? Well, I've been a little bit under the weather. But the good news is that during this period, I went to Paris. I was invited by the International Bar Association Academic Forum to speak on sustainable development goal and different areas of law. So I spoke about mediation. You know, I love mediation. I am a mediator. Let me show you some picture from Paris. Very lovely place. Then I had the opportunity to reconnect with one of my schoolmates, Banke Olatero Olagbego. Oh, what a wonderful soul. While at Paris, and I could not sleep. My temperature was so high. And when I opened my eyes, I saw Banke watching me. Why are you not sleeping? She said, Eunice, I can't sleep. I mean, you could just continue sleeping. I'll be watching you. And she watched over me till daybreak. I summoned courage. I went for the conference. After speaking, I still wore my high heel, looking like chic as I am. Then finished. I thought, let's go around the town and see some things. Like, I can't go around with my shoe. Banke had a slippers in the bag, and she gave me. She wanted to wear the slippers. Actually, she packed the slippers for herself, but she gave up her slippers for me. And when I got back to UK, I was sick to the extent of being admitted into the hospital. Woo! It was scary, but thank God I'm fine now. While in the hospital, my sisters, my friends were calling me, reaching out to me. Some people give up their time. Bought me nice flower, cards, food. Oh my goodness. I was just like on a bed rest coming in. The love was so much. And that takes me to my topic for today, sacrifice. What is sacrifice? Do we all need to sacrifice something? Why do we need to sacrifice anything? How does it affect our world? Sacrifice is an expression of devoted love that does not ask for compensation. Sacrifice is an act of giving up something. Your life, your time, your possession for someone or for something or for a cause that you so much believe in. According to a philosopher, an American philosopher, Michael Novak, he said, love is not a feeling of happiness. Love is a willingness to sacrifice. So when we proclaim that we love someone, it can be demonstrated through our acts of sacrifices. In all of this, I want to say thank you to my husband. He was really there for me. He gave up his work. He cooked. Even though I was like, you don't leave me myself with my mother. This food is not peppery enough. But he didn't give up. Sacrifices. Giving what you value, what you need for the benefit of others without expecting anything in return. In fact, we can actually say that our happiness is actually based on the sacrifice that somebody has made. You may know it, you may not see it. At one point in time, we benefit from something because somebody has given up their time, somebody has sacrificed to make things work. And that is why we enjoy some of the things that we enjoy. When we're talking about sacrifices, that takes me to a story of a young girl. This young girl, at a very young age, lost her mother, she lost her father, and she only had a brother. They took them to poor home so that they can grow up there. And
At age 5, she lost her sight. She also lost her brother. And she became depressed. You can imagine such a burden for a young girl. She can't see. She has lost everyone that she loved. And everyone thinks this girl can never come out of this shock. And they put her in the basement, like she has a mental issue. Sometimes she even attempts to commit suicide. And the nurse volunteered to take care of this girl. The nurse would go to the basement to see this girl, but the nurse was not giving her medication. Instead, she gave her love, always talking, reading to this girl. The girl was not eating, she was not talking to anyone, but the nurse never gave up. She was always reading, talking, playing. She became a friend to this girl. And before you knew it, the girl started eating and started talking like every other child. She was able to go to the school of the blind and then had education because a nurse did more than a duty, go extra mile to put a smile on your face. Whatever we're doing, we shouldn't just take it like it's just a job. It's just my work. But we go extra mile to put smile on somebody's face, to make people happy. When you show love to people, you're spreading peace. And to be an ambassador of peace, we have to inculcate this attitude of making sacrifices for a good cause, for the general good of the people in the society. Whatever profession you find yourself in, it's not all about the money. It's about putting people first, making people happy. Yes, sacrifice is voluntary. It is not compulsory. So sometimes we see a situation where people, maybe in a relationship, even a business relationship, like, oh, you have to do this. If you really love me, you will do this for me. No, sacrifices should be voluntary. People should not be manipulated into giving sacrifice, because if it is not coming from your heart, then I don't know how valuable that is. So when you're giving sacrifice, look at it. Why am I doing this? Is it really worth it? To what benefit would it be to the person receiving, not to us? Not because I want to gain a favor. So back to the story of this young girl. The young girl's name is Anne Sullivan. Anne Sullivan eventually got her sight back through an operation. And in the newspaper, she read about a child who could not speak, could not hear, and could not see. And people were like, there is nobody that can take care of this child. But because of the love she had experienced in the past, she volunteered that I would train this child. And she devoted 48 years of her life for this child. The name of the child in question is Helen Keller. Helen Keller is one of the famous authors in America. In fact, she was the first blind and deaf and blind person to have a bachelor's degree in art because someone sacrificed for her. In your capacity, in your role, in what way can you make sacrifices for other people? Or have you even ever made any sacrifice in your life? Think about it. Have you given anything out without expecting anything in return? Think about it. Does it really pay to sacrifice anything? Yes. When you make sacrifice, it builds your capacity. It brings out the best in you. Take, for instance, in a team, when somebody fell sick and you had to get the work done, and you took it upon yourself to ensure that the work is done. Yes, it may not be convenient at that time because you have to give your time, you have to give your resources to ensure that the work is done. But in the long run, people see that leadership character in you. Maybe in a group, things are not going as it's supposed to be, and you volunteered that I'm going to do this. I'm going to ensure that you organize this. People will come at you. That, oh, are you the only one? Are you the only one that can do this? Why is she the only one? You know, people will come at you. People will criticize you. But despite all that, you still continue to give your all to ensure that the work is done, to ensure that other people are okay, to ensure that other people are fixed. You're building your own capacity, and the same people that mock you will still recommend you that, oh, this person has the capacity, she's the leader. So what are the things that can make people not to be able to sacrifice things? Maybe trauma, experiences from childhood, and most importantly, self-interest, selfishness. Selfishness. When what we think is just about ourselves alone, it is difficult to make sacrifices. That, oh, no, what is in it for me? Anybody, anything you want to do that, no, I want to know what is in it for me. And this prevents us from making sacrifices. Even in relationship, if you are not able to make sacrifices, things will not really go well as it's supposed to. So whether in a family, in a workplace, in a business transaction, we should be willing to give up something without expecting compensation. We know that this world will be a better place when we are all willing to give up something, when we're all willing to make sacrifices for the other people to enjoy. Sacrifices that you want to make that will infringe on other people's rights is not a right cause of sacrifice. I've heard of people that, oh, we will kill some people, we'll go to war to fight. Of what purpose would that fight, without you giving yourself to go to war, will be to the entire world? Will it benefit the bigger picture, the bigger world, or just a fraction? Any sacrifices that you are making that is infringing on other people's rights, that is making other people unhappy, I don't think it's a sacrifice that's worth it. So we need to know the cause that we are making sacrifices for. Our sacrifices should not infringe on other people's rights, should not take away other people's benefits. Somebody will say that I'm supporting a leader, I will go all out to give everything at the expense of the masses, when you know that such leader is not worth it. That is not a worthy cause to sacrifice for. What are you sacrificing for? Who is going to benefit from the sacrifice? Are you looking to get benefit from what you're saying you're sacrificing for? Think about it.
Just like Sullivan, we too can make impact wherever we are. Little sacrifices in our daily lives, in our home, in our place of work, in the subgroup where we belong. Let's try to make sacrifice. Let's try to make other people happy by going out of our way to do some things. When you are compelling people to make sacrifice, that is violence. People should not be manipulated into making sacrifices. Like some parents say, oh, after all this suffer, I suffered for you. You cannot. That is manipulation. Sacrifices should be voluntary. When you are manipulating people into giving or making sacrifices, it is violence, and that will not help our world. To overcome selfishness, try and practice in a little way that you have. Maybe by giving to NGO, giving to the needy, or volunteering to work to put a smile on somebody's face. And by doing this world will be a better place. Thank you for watching me, and I hope to see you again and again. Please share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.